Well, good morning, everybody. So, it's almost Ash Wednesday. And somebody asked me the other day if I might talk about my time in Florida with the retreat. And it gave me an idea. So a week ago, if you remember my video, I videoed it from sunny Florida with palm trees in the background, a nice pond, alligators, you didn't see them, birds singing. It was just beautiful. And here we are in another winter wonderland. And it reminded me, it's kind of like our life. You know, we have a tendency to go from one thing to another. It's a little better, I think. Our lives are up and down, like sunny Florida, and then snow, and cold, and ice. And how do we deal with that? And that's where our faith comes in. Because Christ is forever showing us the way. We have an opportunity this week, as we start Lent, to really get into what is God calling me to do. I think I mentioned in my video last week that the retreat master was great, and he focused each day on one of the Gospels. I started with Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. They all say the same thing, but they say it differently because they're speaking to different communities in the early church. We're a different community as well, all right? We have hopes and dreams and aspirations, just as did the people of the early church. And they turn to their faith to get the hope they need, to give them the strength to deal with the ups and downs of life. That's our lives. Where do we draw our hope? Where do we get our joy? It's not from the world. It's only from God. Now, you're aware of the events in the Ukraine this past week, just horrible things, and we need to pray for peace for them and for world leaders, that they seek to do God's will and work together for peace. But there was a great scene, if you want to call it great, in the midst of all that turmoil. I think it was on CNN. They took a photograph of about 8 people just kneeling down in the middle of the street, praying, asking for God to come into their lives, to come into their nation, and give them the strength to either fight or find for peace. Let us pray this week and enter into the spirit of Lent that begins on Wednesday. 2 days away. It's hard to believe, but with the coming of Lent, spring is right around the corner. Let us enter into the season of Lent with praying maybe a little bit more, all right, with fasting, and with caring for the poor. And in doing that, we let God enter our hearts, and God will change our lives. God bless, and have a great week.